All right, y'all. Claws. Um, I generally just don't have time for the direction Claus has decided to go in. I just honestly, I let me find my notes. But I just am I the only one that feels like Claus went from being just a really, good drama-filled crime show to just a satire show that should be coming on like Adult Swim at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, it just feels stupid now, and it's too early in the season. It's too early in the series for it to be this stupid. Maybe I'm just annoyed because I'm always annoyed, but it feels really dumb and really prematurely dumb. So let me just go ahead and say, I'm not going to give you too much of what Roller's going through. I am going to say that he got kidnapped at the end of the show. So, the very last scene is Roller getting kidnapped by the Russians. I may mention him once more because his storyline this week tied in with Dean's, but we'll get there. That's not the show. All right, so hold on, let me get out of this road. All right, so Dean is preparing for a bodybuilding competition, and he mentions that he has to be nude. And so he comes in and he's like, showing Desna his nude body and saying, my pectorals, symmetrical and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I don't want to see all this, Dean. Don't, you look fine. Don't get dressed. And he tells her that she doesn't have to go with him to his function because his new girlfriend, Virginia, will be taking him. Now, obviously, that causes some sort of upset. I don't know why this truck just pulled out in front of me. I really don't know why. I really don't. It causes some sort of upset with Desna. We swoop over to Niece's wife. She really got on my nerves a whole lot this week as well. She made her husband waffles. He's shocked. And she said she's worried about them losing each other. Swooping back to Desna. Desna gets to the shop. She walks straight in and pops Virginia. Like in the back of her head, gives her one of those and says, what's wrong with you? Stop making my brother think you like him. Keep your whole behavior over there. My brother's innocent. Leave him alone. All the stuff I would say about my brother. The very same. But my brother's 12. But the point remains, I was still saying the very same. And Virginia tries to cop an attitude and say, let him off his leash every once in a while and let him do this and blah, blah, blah. And he's grown and da, 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 da. And it's like, Virginia, I know that you may be a little slow as well. But Dean's not even slow. Dean's so fast. Everybody, all the rest of us are slow. His mind is going too quick. And your mind is going too slow. And it's just, if y'all can't make sound decisions apart, especially not together. And I just don't have time for this. And I already told y'all, I said, way back in a couple of reviews back, that I really wanted them to stick to just a platonic friendship. They were a cute little, mismatch kind of, why is that mismatch? Like, I don't know, it's a mixed match. Anyway, they're a cute mixed match, short, half Asian girl, tall, a black man, she's normal, and he's special needs. I'm not really sure if that's whatever. Like, they were just a cute little buddy duo to me. I did not want this to turn, intimate as far as sexual. But I can't ask for anything and receive it, hardly, unless I ask it in the father. And the father, he can't bother to worry about claws. He got other things he's trying to get together, like Trump. So I didn't even bother to call, the father and say, hey, father, can we get this together? Because the Lord can't be bothered with this. But anyway, so Niece's wife goes into her bathroom and she, breaking up all the Sudafed tablets and all of this. And I said, oh, okay, that's meth behavior. I never received that she was doing meth, but when you go in and you tearing up the NyQuil and the Sudafed, that's meth behavior. Let me see. She calls Hank Luck, and I said, Lord, Hank Luck coming. He the drug dealer. She better be, toe up. Swooping over to Virginia and Desna. They get ready to leave. Dean is going to his thing, and Desna is allowing Virginia to take him, and she's telling Virginia there are just 3 rules. I forgot one. Don't lose my brother. I think the other one was like, don't sleep with my brother, and the third was like, don't lose my brother. It was 2 of them that were the same. This was several days ago. I ain't paid it too much attention because I've been so sad that I can't get out of bed, but whatever. And so while they're sending Dean and Virginia off, Marnie pops in, and I'm saying, who is Marnie? And why she's so big? These children nowadays are huge, and I can't be bothered Marnie appeared. She said her mama done got arrested. You know, she on her way and can probably take her to the bus station. I'm like, how did you get all the way here? And how come you can't get to the bus station by yourself? But that's just me. And Polly was like, well, come on, let me get you something to eat. Let's figure this out first, you know, before I, you know, take you to the bus station. Let's see, you know, you're hungry. Come on. Polly, you know, has accepted Marnie as her daughter, which I don't know if we gonna say Virginia is Desna's daughter any longer or not. I just can't be bothered with this right now. But Polly has accepted Marnie as her child. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Roller and whatever that crazy woman's name is, they heading to South Beach. Dean and Virginia are also heading to South Beach. So we swoop back over to Desna, and our good girlfriend, Uncle Daddy's concubine, I don't know, Uncle Daddy and Auntie Mama's third relationship wheel. She asked our good girlfriend, you know, what do you think about running the blah, 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 the clinic? And our good girlfriend initially is like, I'm not sure about it. You know, Uncle Daddy, he's insatiable. He has needs, blah. And Desna, why are these cars stopped in places cars should not be stopped? And niggas walking in the street. Don't call my name. Or don't call what you think is my name. Don't call me. Niggas, if you're watching and you see a young lady driving down your street and you are walking down your street and it's the middle of the day, you have on a do-rag and some house shoes and some sweatpants and you don't look like you're going to work, do not attempt. Don't attempt. Don't call her name. Don't call, you know, don't say, hey, Red. None of that. Just don't do it. Save yourself some time. Okay, yeah, pull out in front of me. That's fine. Save yourself some time. Save her some time. And just don't. Back to this. Let me see. So our good girlfriend eventually, you know, Desna says, if all you are is a piece of behind to Uncle Daddy, he gonna get tired of you quicker. You know, you need to go ahead and find something to make yourself useful. And our good girlfriend says, well, you know, I did, Desna, I think, you graduated magna cum laude at community college, and you smart, and you important, and blah, blah, blah. And, I wish niggas would stop pulling out in front of me. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so anyway, our good girlfriend says that she'll take the position, and then she accidentally spills, well, not even accidentally, Desna mentioned that niece's wife was sick, and our good girlfriend said, no, she's not. She looked all right when she dropped the kids off this morning, but don't let me spill tea. And, you know, Desna takes it upon herself to be upset, which, I mean, friendship is complicated. I don't have hardly any friends. I've tried. I've extended hands. I've gone above and beyond for niggas. And niggas just cannot reciprocate. And that's not friendship. If I'm doing everything for you, that's not friendship. If I'm coming, picking you up, taking you to school, taking you to work every morning, and you just never do anything, you know, in return. Not that I'm looking for return. It's just a friend would. You know, if I call you, you know, you'll say hello. You just won't drop me just because, you know, just, oh, I got a new friend over here. Let me drop this one. Even though we've been good girlfriends for, you know, 15, 16 years. Let me drop her. Like, it just does not, so anyway, because I got personal feelings right now. Because I really try. I really do try. You know, I have my own little situations going on where I'm very, very, very depressed. And all I want to do is lay down. But I do, you know, take time to make sure other people are okay. And other people act like I'm just the worst friend in the world because I'm so depressed that, you know, it takes everything in me to send a text message to say, how are you? And to maintain a conversation after the text. But don't nobody text me, though. Don't nobody say, hey, sis, how are you? We know you get real, real sad because you talk about it all the time. We know sometimes you're just ready to go ahead and give up the ghost and die because you talk about it all the time. How are you? What can we do to help? None of you you know, we're not going to do it. You niggas just don't. If you niggas are watching, if you're just a regular viewer, then this is not for you, and I'm so sorry I had to subject you to this. But the niggers that I know watch me because y'all love to see what I'm doing without asking how I'm doing. For you niggas, it's annoying. It's tired, and I don't have time. Now back to this. Kenneth, okay, yeah, by all means, cut in front of me. By every means. It's not for you to do. And I'm not going to allow you to do it. If you hit me, we're going to have a problem. Let me scooch on up. Because who do you think you are? So Desna swings by niece's wife's house. Niece's wife is in there doing the do-si-do with the Jewish man, and I just don't have time. Desna's like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm doing whatever I want to do. And, you know, they basically have an altercation or argument where niece's wife ends up quitting. And Desna's hurt. But Desna's gonna have to go ahead and buck up because you got two whole other friends, 2.5 if you count Virginia, over there. Like, you'll be okay. You know, there are people like myself who have lost the only friend they got, and now they just out here. You know, ain't nobody care. So you got two other niggas over there that will literally kill for you. They'll kill for you. So just go ahead and be good with that. And if when his wife comes back around, she'll come back around. If she don't, she don't. Kenneth pops in, you know, Kenneth is the scaredy cat doctor over there. He pops in and he brings Polly, you know, Polly and Marty, they have lunch. He sits down with them. And he asks if they want some water, some juice, you know, some dessert, something. And it's obvious that he's trying to be, you know, in Polly's presence because he has an infatuation with her. And okay, that's cute, whatever. Desna goes to visit Uncle Daddy. He can't talk right now. He's trying to renew his vows. And so she says, I'm gonna, you know, I know some people that can do a party. That's cool. We can, you know, put it together. It'd be real nice. So they now have the task of putting together the party. Uncle Daddy says it's going to be Gone with the Wind themed. When we get to the party, I didn't see anything that had anything to do with Gone with the Wind. I didn't see the old mill. I didn't see Scarlett Johansson or whatever that woman's name is that was in the movie way before Scarlett Johansson was born. Because I've never seen the movie because I'm black. But, you know, anyway, the point. Young and Mac Judy is over there still going with Detective One Leg from Hawthorne. And it just, they're cute or whatever, but it does not feel right. It feels better than Dean in Virginia. And it feels better than Haitian Boo and Desna, because I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. But Detective One Leg from Hawthorne is asking all these questions about Young and Mac Judy and really trying to get into her tea. Are you from here? You know, you got any siblings? What's your blood type? Can I fingerprint you? That's what I was getting. It was like, okay, I could never go. I went with a police officer one time. He was not a police officer when we started dating, when we first started talking, and then he turned into the police, and I said, it's just a big no for me. It's just a big no. I just can't. I'm sorry. And I'm not even committing crimes. I just disagree with police officers so much because I know that they like to do a little power thing, and I just don't have time for that. Anyway, the point is when a detective is asking me all these questions, what's my astrology sign? If you niggas don't get over while I'm letting you over, what is your astrology sign? What's your mama's maiden name? You know, how many hairs do you have in your left eyebrow? When a detective is asking me all of that, I'm going to be suspicious. Even if they are giving it to me under the guise of, oh, I just want to get to know you. All of that, I just don't trust it. I feel like maybe Young and Mac Judy like murdered her husband or did something real heinous back in the day. And Detective One Leg from Hawthorne has now decided, you know, I've seen her before, maybe when I was working in another unit and, you know, I recognize her and let me get her. And it just feels like an Angela Valdez, James St. Patrick situation. I may be mistaken because I've never seen Power, but from what you girls say about it, it seems like that. Let's see. Desna goes back to speak to Uncle Daddy, and the partners are here this time. The people that are working on the expansion of the clinics. And they meet Desna. They like Desna. They want to sleep with Desna, yada, 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 blah, blah. And basically the whole point of this scene was Uncle Daddy is forcing Desna to come to the party, even though she really don't want to. Let's see. So, swooping over to South Beach, they're at the hotel. This is Dean in Virginia. They're just having just a casual, you know, as Solange says, casual conversation. They're just sitting there doing their thing, chit-chatting. And a drunk man comes up and says, you know, basically, how retarded do I have to be to get with you? And the thing about it is, they, at this point, were not demonstrating any sort of intimate relationship. They just look like good girlfriends hanging out at the pool. This could have been her brother. This could have been her daddy. Like, you just don't know who they are to each other. And Dean just doesn't, I don't know, to me, he doesn't show just a bunch of signs that he's, you know, incapacitated when you're just looking at him. When you talk to him, you see that there's something else going on. But whatever. The point is, this drunk man walked up and he was, you know, giving all of that fever. And Dean socked him in the face. And Virginia, you know, grabbed him and said, let's go. We got to go. You know, Virginia, she always running from the police, from somebody. She's got to go all the time. And let's look here. So, brother nephew brings the shop keys, says, you know, niece wife told me to bring these. And Desna's upset. She's like, she couldn't bring them herself. And brother nephew's like, look, I don't have time for y'all's foolishness. I just am doing what my wife told me to do. Here these keys, now gone. He didn't give her that much fever, but that's what I would have said. And then we swoop and we see the Russians. And the Russians have broken into Rola's crazy captive's house. Whatever. Swooping on, she's hearing voices. They done got down to South Beach. He has convinced her. I'm talking about Rola and Crazy Captive. He has convinced her to go ahead and go to the art gallery thing. And she's going and she hears folks laughing and crazy, sounds in her head, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Dean gets to his situation and it's, he strips down and apparently he has just, in the words of Tamar Braxton, a ding-a-ling of gold. Like, apparently it was just the biggest thing anybody's ever seen. He got the job immediately, and I'm just like, this doesn't seem like a bodybuilding situation, but whatever though. So he gets the position, and Virginia is now looking at him in a new light. And this is when my spirit just started to turn over, because I already told you niggas that this is not, I didn't want this. I didn't want it. Let me go ahead and stop right here. I'm gonna have to come back. I'm at work, so I'm back, still aggravated, because folks love to waste my time, so I'm just going to be aggravated until people stop wasting my time. Anyway, Uncle Daddy and Auntie Mama are getting spray tans, and so, our good girlfriend is getting her spray tan as well. We swoop to the hotel room, and we see Virginia. She's strewn across the bed, staring at Dean, giving him, the sexual eye. Again, I just don't want this. I didn't want this. I feel like this is unnecessary. It's just unneeded completely. But you can see that she's plotting on him. She sits up because he asks, are you mad at me? You've been really quiet, and quiet, means mad unless you're shy, and you're not shy, so you must be mad. Blah. She says, I'm not mad. And then, she tells him to come sit right here. She gets to kissing him, and then apparently they, perform coitus and things. I can't be bothered with that. So we see, I really don't feel like talking about this, crazy kidnapper and Roller. And she's smashing stuff. She's got a gun. She's threatening to kill him. And I'm just like, kill him. Kill him so we can get rid of the two of y'all. I'm sick of this. And then they have a sex scene again. Swooping back over to Virginia and Dean. Virginia, after she has sex with him, says, I had sex with you because I care about you and I wanted your first time to be special. And then she proceeds to say, I know this may be hard for you to understand, but I'm not looking for a boyfriend right now. Dean says, I understand completely. Why would you be looking for a boyfriend when you already have me? And so Virginia's in a predicament. We get to the party. Desna sees Niece's wife with a drink, snatches her from her hand. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get out this turn first. And while I'm at it, let me swoop over to this other lane. Okay, so I really hope y'all can hear me because I don't have the energy to speak up. So anyway, Niece's wife tells Desna that she knows that Desna set up the Coonses and she's pissed. She's crying because her husband's a murderer. Yada, yada, yada. Let's see. She says she's going to tell Uncle Daddy. And I'm saying, like, you would really set your best friend up to be killed. Okay. I guess so. Let me see. And Desna even says, Niece's wife, if you tell Uncle Daddy, he's going to kill me. Or Polly says that, if you tell Uncle Daddy about this, he's going to kill Desna right here on the spot. And Niece's wife says, maybe I want her dead. And I'm thinking, like, really, though? Really? You've been her good girlfriend long enough to have snuck her into the New Edition concert back in the day. But you can't figure, that she probably set these people up for a reason. This your best friend, and you can't fathom in your mind. And maybe she set the Coonses up because they did something awful and unspeakable. You can't that just doesn't cross. Shut up! God, I hate niggas. And these are white niggas, so don't think I'm talking about, my kind. Anyway, it's just draining. If they don't stop hollering outside, I'm not who you think. Why are niggas hollering at me today? Why niggas? Okay. Oh my God. Anyway, and, when Niece's wife says maybe she wants Desna dead, then young M.A. Judy hems her up, grabs her by the throat and says, we all we have, we're family, yada yada. And then young M.A. Judy feels some sort of a way for not knowing that, all this went down. And I felt a way on her behalf. I understand that Desna, was trying to protect the girls by not bringing them in on this. But you know, young and May Judy is a ride or die. I mean, she's one that you should, if you got Virginia in on it, if you got Polly in on it, you should have young and May Judy in on it as well. At the party, Uncle Daddy and the niggas are out there snorting turtle, and I'm just, why? Oh my God, I swear, don't you come out here. They snorting turtles, they offer brother nephew a hit of the turtle, and he turns it down, and I'm like, I'm so proud of you for not, indulging in these drugs. And then a little bit later, we see, niece wife walks up to him, and he's snorting some cocaine. And she's got a drink in her hand. She's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I deserve the treat, yada, yada. And she's like, says the crackhead. And then he looks at her, that drink in her hand, and he says the alcoholic. And it's just, it is just a picture of how terrible they are. They're just not good. I don't know if they're good for each other or not. Honestly, something's not healthy about their relationship, and I just don't have time. Hold on. So they're having this little you shouldn't be doing that argument. And brother nephew, apparently, I believe he asks niece wife, what's wrong with you? Why are you treating Desna like crap, yada yada. And we have this moment where she says, Desna set up the coons that she killed, Rolla, and had them set up, blah, 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 blah. And then you see brother nephew just randomly grab a gun and shoot Desna in the chest. She's falling back. And for a moment, I said, when she was telling him, I was like, why would you do that? And then by the time he shot her, I was like, this is not real. Turns out it wasn't real. And, instead of spilling the tea like she had this dream sequence to do, she just grabs another bottle of liquor and, walks off. And I just, whatever. Now, Polly had been talking to her new daughter about how the girl wanted to be a mermaid or something like that. And at this party, Polly allowed the child to come to the party, yada, yada. And she bought her a nose clamp because the girl said, when she goes underwater, the water gets all up in her nose and she can't take it. So Polly bought her a nose clamp. It was a lovely gesture. And Polly tells her, you deserve a good person, somebody that loves you unconditionally, blah, blah, blah. And then Polly's daughter, what's her name? Myrna? I don't know what her name is. But she tells Polly, you deserve the same thing, and, entices her to go dance with Ken, and they go dancing. And I'm looking at the TV like every relationship on this show is dysfunctional, and I just don't have time. Desna then confronts Uncle Daddy and asks if she can stop washing his money, and tells him that, our good girlfriend will do it. She's already prepped and ready to go. And Uncle Daddy gives it a blessing. He says, yeah, that's cool. And then he kind of low-key threatens the business and says, businesses, most of them fail within the first year. And when that happens, you know where to find me, basically. And I'm like, is this a threat or is this just doubt? Like, is he doubting her abilities, or is he saying, I'm going to make sure you fail so you can come back to me? I didn't care for it either way. So we're at the art gallery. Rolla's there. She done drugged him. He's trying to, get out, and she's up there giving her speech about her sculpture, and she's up there and she's saying, I built this sculpture out of the pubic hairs of the women at the institution, the correctional facility. I didn't build it because, to make a statement. I just thought the hairs were, were beautiful and curly. I'm just saying, like, I just do not want to sit here and discuss pubes. Like, I understand that the art world is just, sometimes they do the most. I get that, I am part-time artist, and sometimes I do the most. But what I won't be doing is taking, the girls' pubic hairs and making statues and sculptures. I just won't. And I definitely won't do that and then show the world. But whatever. Rolla shakes himself loose. He done got up, and he's trying to run out. And while he's running out, before that, Dean is in the same building. And he, is posing and all of this, because apparently what he auditioned to do was be an art, piece. He's, a part of the exhibit. So he does his thing. He does a good job. We're proud of Dean. And, when it's over, I wish this car in front of me would stop. They are driving forward and backing up and driving forward and backing up. And we're at a stoplight, and it's just not, I hate. So as Dean and Virginia are walking, away from their exhibit, okay, now this is the time to drive forward. We have the light. Let's go. They're leaving the exhibit. Rolla has shaken himself loose, in the words of Vicky Winans, and they run into each other, basically. And Virginia sees him and she's like, oh, let's go another direction. And then Dean says, hey, there's Roller. And Roller sees them, and for some reason he runs the other direction. Now, I understand that Virginia shot you and all of this, but she shot you for a reason. And I feel like you should understand that you've been shot for a reason, and just kind of chalk it up to the game. I would have ran into the arms of Virginia and Roller and said, y'all got to help me. Like, I know we've had our differences in the past, and you murdered me once before, but you got to help me today. But they didn't do all that. I really don't want this. I really don't. I'm going to keep it moving. I'll get something to eat later. They didn't do all of that. Roller, what's this nigga's name? Roller runs in the opposite direction, and then crazy, kidnapper lady she pulls out her gun in the middle of the function, starts shooting in the air, and Roller is standing there, shook. He makes it to the outside, and then he trips like a white woman does, and she's got the gun, and she's pointing it at him, and you were supposed to love me, giving Curtis was supposed to love me, Dreamgirls tease. And just as she's about to kill him, and I'm sitting here waiting with bated breath. Oh, if these women don't get out the street, Jesus. I'm waiting with bated breath for her to shoot him and let it be done. And he gets kidnapped again by the Russians. And I'm pissed. I don't have time. Honest to God, I'm so sick of Roller. I'm tired of him existing as a whole. I'm ready for him to go. I don't need this in my life. The show started off so good. When Roller died, I was like, oh, shoot, how we gonna get out of this? And then this nigga keeps coming back. He keeps coming back. His storyline is stupid. That woman over there having sex with him all the time, buzzing his neck with a collar. Every bit of that. I can't. Anyway, yeah, you just... Okay, I'm gonna go. I mean, I was here first. But, every bit of it gets on my nerves. And I forgot to mention Desna was in the bed with the Haitian man, and Virginia called her and said that Roller's alive, and she didn't really believe her, and I don't know if she ended up believing her or not, because I stopped paying attention, because I'm sick of this. And that was Claus. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things the YouTubers say. I'm going to try to give y'all 2 more of these reviews. I'm so drained. I'm going through so much right now. Anyway, that's that, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace.